Hello everybody, my name is Robert Phair and I'm your Community CIP Editor. This is a summary of my most recently completed several-month term in Cardano's CIP, or Cardano Improvement Proposals process, as funded by Catalyst Fund 13, covering the period from October 24th through May 2025. If you want links to the live web pages in this video, please inquire through the contact links on project website cosd.com. Catalyst funding provides for my work as the Community CIP Editor, and in fact I am now the longest-serving CIP editor. All editors interact with Cardano developers and other experts who contribute proposals. Although funding through Catalyst voting and audit has allowed me a time budget to interact daily with this body of expert reviewers, projecting a high level of availability to both these experts and to any public observers. My work as an official editor on the CIP process now goes back 4 years to mid-2021, so Catalyst support has effectively produced Cardano's longest-serving and most productive CIP editor. My Fund 13 entry was in the Cardano Open Ecosystem category, mainly because, although the CIP process may be vital to developers, it is not a development effort itself. Effectively, it is a developer's working group, with Catalyst funding providing my own work as a meeting convener, developer liaison, and project manager to produce standards infrastructure for Cardano development, education, and governance. My previous year's reports have highlighted the number of developer requests I've processed per week, etc., being the only CIP editor with an independent budget, which allows me to work on CIP editing most days of the year. But this period, I'd like to highlight collectively the number of actual standards our group has successfully produced. As in the previous year, an average of 3 professional blockchain standards per month. For those 8 months. That's 24 completely new standards in an 8-month period, plus providing updates and maintenance for our existing body of 118 CIPs and 15 Cardano problem statements. At times, the CIP effort also faces challenges that my funding supports, devoting extra hours and days to documenting and solving. This included 3 critical efforts in this period. First, developing guidelines for a new governance category to continue CIP documentation of governance metadata and tooling without committing the CIP process to intractable social issues. A bit later, convening editors and key developers to agree upon acceptable uses of AI writing tools in the production of CIPs, and building a working group to discuss suggested evolutions of the CIP processes, both for new document types with different methods of peer review, and for a broader process to more frequently and rigorously document the Cardano ledger. Well, that's the project status through May 2025. Currently, the CIP community relies upon my work being supported by the Cardano and Catalyst communities, also in Fund 14. I've already continued this project uninterrupted through June and July, in anticipation of funding being granted in the Fund 14 voting to provide for continuous support through the end of this year. And thank you again, and I look forward to continuing to help make Cardano the best blockchain for community-driven standards.